It's kind of a selfless approach when you're the brand or you're building the story, and it's kind of a selfish approach when you're the person that's looking at something. That's just how it is. Say hi to the vlog. Like nobody cares. In Ryan's world, it's like 6:15 right now. In my world, it's still 6:15. And somebody's knocking on the door because that's how like hotels are. So let's see what it is. Chips, that's awesome. You can leave this here. We're gonna eat on the bed like two high schoolers. So getting back to my story. So we've been this is 3:15 in the morning right now. I've had my call with my team at 11:30 p.m. last night, which was 9:30 a.m. in my team's time zone. So that was kind of interesting, and yeah, we did that. And then I kind of worked for a couple of hours, just a little bit, to kind of like, just to kind of get in the jive, you know. And now we're eating a chicken sandwich, so it's like legendary. And I'm gonna go to sleep for a couple of hours, wake up, then have client calls, really interesting client calls, and then go along with my day. And then probably go to sleep about 4 p.m. because that's when I can do that. So let's do it. So it's about 9 in the morning. Have had like 4 hours of calls with the team, which was exciting, and now going to get breakfast right there. And it's a pretty intense day, but sometimes you gotta do it, and that's just fine, and I love it. So let's get breakfast now. You gotta love the days in which you do not sleep, but it's for a good cause. Kind of finished the whole thing I wanted to do. Got breakfast, it was amazing. Just walked off the film shooting that we were doing, and I was really thinking, like, how do you actually tell a story, and how do you actually tell a story on social media? And I was thinking, like, how do you strategize that? And I think it comes down to really showing people before and after, and what was the change, what was the turning point, like kind of letting people go with you through the whole thing, and then helping people make that choice, you know? Because people don't really want to hear your stories, they want to hear their stories and them. So I think that's an interesting play. Essentially, what we're doing as marketers is we're telling stories, right? That's correct. If that's the case, then anything that you are doing needs to build up that brand, needs to build up that story, needs to build up that trust that eventually makes people to trust you and buy from you and do business with you, and all those amazing things happening. So I think we as marketers, as business owners, we should start looking more at our businesses from what story are we building, what kind of perspective and values are we giving off to people, and then really making an effort into taking those values and putting them in place in a comprehensive brand story that will be told specifically, and it would be awesome to be told through video. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Gonna hop back into the studio, and we'll talk soon, so let's do it. So I'm laughing because me and Ryan, and we kind of had like a lot of work to do in the last couple of days, and we're here in San Diego, and we're kind of like, I mean, you're in San Diego, it's pretty sunny, like you should go out and like do whatever. And we didn't do that, we were just staying in house and just did a bunch of work and just got stuff done and did what we do best, which is work. We have this like internal joke, like two workaholics walk into a hotel room. Do you know what happens? What happens next is they work all the time. The point of me, of today's vlog, I really want to make it about story and building a story. We are highly attracted to know what's gonna happen, what was the ending, like how did that happen, what's your life story, and people kind of like recognize with each other. So let me give you a couple of things I understand from it, like kind of what is a story for me. Again, I'm not the forefront expert on this, but since we're doing like we're doing video work, we're doing creative work, we're doing like all these things, we're doing ads, we're doing campaigns, sequences, and all these stuff that we're doing for clients. That's kind of something that we integrate in everything that we do, building an actual story. So from my understanding and kind of my experience, building a story really means telling a series of events. That could be a person or something or somewhere, whatever it is, that people can watch or read or listen, whatever it is, and resonate that, to take that action, those things, and put those into their own lives, into learning the same thing. So let me give you an example. If I tell a story of a guy that has been smoking for 20 years and then he quit smoking, and the journey of that happening, the story of the guy quitting smoking is not inherently about him, it's inherently about the people that are watching. That's why people are watching that story, is because they want to learn how that guy quit smoking so that they can do it too. So that's kind of the mentality of every story that you build. You gotta build a story, a brand story, a story in general, whatever it is, for other people to comprehend, to understand who are you, so that they can understand how you can help them. Okay? And it's kind of a selfless approach when you're the brand or you're building the story, and it's kind of a selfish approach when you're the person that's looking at something. That's just how it is. So that's one thing I think about. Second thing is, I believe that stories need to have some key ingredients. They do not have to be like perfect sequence and structure and all this thing. What I think they should do is follow some key principles that I believe we're kind of like heading towards, and one of them is authenticity. The second one is just comfort and just honesty. I don't really know if those two words are separate or they're one, but I think authenticity may be the greatest word for it. If your content and your story is not authentic, people will feel that energy and they will just cut you off, right? Like, you have to build stories. If you're building on nonfiction, if you're telling non-fictional stories, like if you're talking about a brand or if you're talking about a product, blah 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 blah, like that's a non-fictional story. You need to be truthful and authentic. And if you're building a fictional story, then you need to integrate all the elements of a normal story into a fictional story so that it seems plausible. So like making everything fantastic is not gonna seem plausible to those people, and they're gonna lose interest because everything seems too perfect. So you gotta give people some flaws. You gotta give the characters that you have some flaws. You're gonna make some mistakes in your way, and so on and so forth. So I think there's all these things, and this topic kind of really fascinates me. Now, I really want to end this video, this vlog, and go downstairs and spend some time with my folks, and then I'm gonna come back and do my email. So, hope that helps. This has been the vlog for today. Love you, and see you. That's right, tomorrow. I want to be able to schedule everything out so that I can focus on the most important task at hand.